All right, it is Make-A-Wish Wednesday, and as California slowly begins to reopen, the Make-A-Wish Foundation is continuing to grant wishes they can fulfill safely.
And of course, KTLA 5 very proud to continue our partnership with Make-A-Wish. And joining us today are 14-year-old Wish kid Dinah and her father, David Yorkin. Hi.
Hi.
Great to see you. Thanks for joining us today. So David, let's start with you and talking about Dinah, and diagnosed with kidney disease at a very young age. You're still young though, Dinah. Can you tell us a little bit about that and how it impacted the family?
Dinah was diagnosed in preschool, and honestly, we had no knowledge of the disease at all until suddenly she was challenging having to face with it. And so, it became a whole learning process for us. And she's been diagnosed with nephrotic syndrome, and she's been in the hospital a couple times in relation to it. And she's had to be on various medications. And it's really about controlling the disease for the most part.
Well, Dinah, you recently had your wish granted. What did you wish for, and why?
Well, my wish sort of had multiple layers, but there's this bookstore near me that was really struggling during the pandemic, and I really wanted to support them, but I also wanted to support children, specifically in public schools, because I think that they definitely really needed it. So Chevalier's, the bookstore, actually was able to give books to this specific elementary school. And the elementary school was also given a check that they can use at Chevalier's to just buy books at the library. And actually, this elementary school, they'd given books to the kids to take home because they thought the pandemic would be a lot shorter than it actually was. And now the library actually really needs a lot more books. So getting this check, they were hopefully able to get more books that they definitely really need.
You know what I love about this story is that Make-A-Wish usually, the wish is for something for the kid to be able to go and do, and then you turned it and helped so many more other kids, and it was all around books. Have you always been a book fan?
You know what? It actually took me a really long time to learn how to read. Like, I did not learn how to read until around 2nd grade. And I always loved looking at picture books, so it's not like I didn't like to read, but actually reading the words, that took me a while. But since then, I've always loved to read. It's definitely my favorite thing to do.
Well, that was a extraordinary show of generosity on your part. What was the best part of that wish day?
All of it was really, really incredible. But when we were handing out books to the kids, some of them at the end, they would all shout out, "Thank you, Dinah," which was probably the best thing that's ever. It was so sweet, and they were all so nice and so grateful. And I think that was probably the best part of it. And then also, we went out to lunch after, and Make-A-Wish had organized, they created they'd gotten everyone's favorite book, 11 people's favorite book who worked at Make-A-Wish, and they gave me everyone's favorite book. So I got 11 books that people just really loved, and now I'm making my way through them, and they're all really special.
David, how great is Make-A-Wish?
Oh, it is a tremendous organization. I must say, once we came up with that wish that Dinah really wanted to give back, everybody who worked at Make-A-Wish, it was all hands on deck because they wanted to make sure that this thing happened before the end of this school term. And so in a matter of weeks, they had contacted the bookstore, they had found the school, they had set everything up, the gift packages for all the kids who would be involved in it. And they couldn't have been more positive and more responsive to everything that Dinah wanted to do in this day. It was just a wonderful experience for our whole family. And we love them, and we're definitely going to stay in touch with them as much as possible.
Well, David, I got to say, as a father, congratulations, because you're raising this one right. That's for sure.
Yes, for sure. And when everything gets back to normal, come see us in the studio.
Oh, we will. Thank you so much for having us on.
All right. Bye, Dinah.
All right. Have a good day. All right. For ways to help create life-changing wishes for children with critical illnesses, you can visit wish.org/SoCal. You can also follow them on social media.